Do you remember Nuke parry? Like that video that was circulating for a while from a game where the character cut the explosion of a nuke? Well, it has a Steam page, and you can play for free, although there's only a demo as of right now. I played it again recently, and it's got some pretty cool stuff to talk about. It's all skill-based with almost every aspect of combat given to you straight away, although there are some side-grade abilities to keep the game fresh. While the style feels more hack-and-slashy, it shares that risk versus reward that feels very similar to Dark Souls. Parrying is like way more essential to the combat given it's your main source of healing, which is a good thing, because they've made it actually fun.
Off of the tree, on it I see the freedom ray. We are falling, the light is calling, tears inside me, calm me down. Midnight calling, mist of resolving, crown me. By the water, black night, dark sky, the devil's cry.
The momentum and speed in each fight feels really good. When you lose your grip on a fight, it draws you back in from playing defensive with how involved the healing system is. The variety of enemies is also very apparent given this is only a demo. You go from fighting giant swordsmen to spiders to birds. Each of the enemy types sit at a completely different scale from one another, with most being much larger than the player. For the most part, running around like an ant with a sword does make this game very fun in a Shadow of the Colossus spectacle in scale kind of way. There's one or two times where it just felt like it made the combat awkward, or that it had no intention behind it, like enemies were just sized up with no weight behind them, but it really just feels like game demo jank to me. The bosses, however, use scale really effectively with complete polar opposites. Julian 104 feels too fast to keep up with, mimicking what the player does to enemies, while the giant robot at the end feels slow and brutal, but also keeps you on your toes with its unpredictable moveset, even if I kept falling off. Variety between weapon choice you get at the beginning, while somewhat superficial, does add different seasoning to each playthrough. The weapons kind of do the same job in a very similar way, and while that way is fundamentally good, the encounters didn't really feel any different with the other weapons. Scythe or sword, my inputs were pretty much the same, with only a difference in my spacing. Then again, the weapons are as different, if not more so, than that in Dark Souls, and that game's great. The abilities that accompany your weapon, I didn't really end up using all that much, with how little they felt actually important. They don't feel like something to hinge a fight on, but instead just to decorate the gameplay that is already there. I mean, I mostly just flew around with the rockets anyway. The storytelling was a lot more than I was expecting from a demo. Each save point gives a different conversation from your forgotten memories that you can piece together some things from. It's the more passive storytelling that I think shines, though. The other robots you find and can talk to give you a certain respect and intrigue, and reveal things about the world in casual conversations. Areas don't feel dead either. Convoys fight enemies and talk to you about it. I mean, these guys are just fighting off birds from their robot cows in the background. Stuff just kind of happens whether you make it happen or not. The scenes that do involve you, however, do the complete opposite. They lean really hard into the cool art style, focusing solely on you and whoever you're fighting. I mean, they literally cut the background in this scene. I haven't seen this more abstract approach to cutscenes very much, and I'd like to see it more. It feels very anime, and so does the fan art. Then again, that's probably just because it's awesome robot sword fighting, so it's a bit of an occupational hazard. I found with the heavy amount of iteration and clear passion put into the game, quite a lot had changed in a year. 104 got a complete rework, and while I feel like their moveset has less character now, the character it had before was maybe not entirely its own. There is a lot I can't comment on for changes with how quickly the game is having combat reworks. The VA Proxy Updates YouTube channel is very active, and while we haven't seen much in the way of released updates, there is clearly a lot in the works. I really hope future updates lean into that fast-paced, relentless flow of combat, because that, along with the style, are what makes it fun to me. Not many games push you into a corner like Dark Souls and Ultra Kill do. It's not just hard, it's suffocating, which is a good thing. Makes you feel like that one Doctor Strange scene when you do actually pull something off. The market for this sort of intensity is clearly there, and I'm glad more devs are leaning into it. Even though there are concerns, humans aren't supposed to be doing this.
Humans aren't supposed to be doing what we're doing right now. Humans aren't supposed to be doing this.
Hope the game doesn't get abandoned, because it seems like a lot of good ideas are being had, some real talented minds at work. I don't think it will, with the community support it's received. Speaking of which, go play it, it is free. Get out of here.